Hard day 67. Can't believe that it's only 8 days left. I tell you, it's been quite a little journey and quite a little ride. Man, I'm looking really thin in this. So kind of a word of advice, right? So what I've done, you can see in my other previous videos, I said this, that I've really kind of amped up my workout and stuff like that over the last 2 weeks. Maybe a little bit more, just to try and really get the results down, as far as body shape goes. Be careful on that, because last week I actually switched over to a different workout routine. I was using an app called Fitbod, which I really recommend. It's great as long as you know what you're doing and know how to lift and stuff like that. And I've just recently switched over to Athlean X. Once again, you got to do you, so you got to see which one you want to do, which program you want to do. Athlean X though ramps it up a lot, and so last week I did a lot of, starting with a week ago Sunday, I did a major ride. Then I went into Athlean X and I did some major leg stuff. So this is called over 50 for a reason, but my legs are cashed. So I literally had to walk or do some sort of walks the last 3 days, instead of running or outdoor biking. I did indoor biking just to spin out my legs, and that's helping. Knees are screaming, quads are screaming, but still moving on. So I guess, my thought on this is that be careful if you ramp it up towards the end to try and squeeze out the last minute better results in your own brain, right? You're you, I'm me. I have my thoughts, you have your thoughts. So just be careful on that. The other thing is that everything's okay, but I did accept, but I didn't have to, but I accepted that I was going to fail last Saturday night and had to start over day 65. We had an emergency in the family, and someone had to be in the hospital, and it was an in-law, so I was at home with the kids, but then at some point I did have to go to the hospital. Once again, everything's fine, but I still had water to drink and my last indoor exercise to do. So I accepted without any problem, that that's what was going to happen, that I was just going to start over on day one on Sunday. So luckily I have a very supportive wife that knows what I'm doing and going through. So we were actually sitting in the family room a little bit later at night, and she goes, "Oh, did you bring your book? Because I usually read at night. Do you guys still read?" And I said, "No, I'm good. I don't need to do anything." She's like, "You have everything done?" I said, "Well, no, actually I got my indoor workout to do." And so she's the one that came up with the idea, and she said, "Well, it's Saturday night, no one's here at the hospital. Why don't you just go down to this first or second floor? It's a huge hospital. So the walking area is huge." So she's like, "Why don't you just go down there for 45 minutes and do your walking back and forth down there?" So I said, "Well, no, I don't need to do that. I'm good." She goes, "No, go ahead. We're just sitting here. Go ahead." So I actually did that, and what I ended up doing is walking. And I was on the second floor. Then I'd take the stairs up to the 6th floor. It only has 6 floors. And then come back down, walk across the whole length of the hospital, go back up. So I actually got quite a little bit of a good indoor walk, stair, climb on Saturday night, thanks to my loving wife. And then I just had to drink 50 ounces of water, but that was fine. So, it's all about having a loving, understanding, caring spouse or significant other, or just someone to support you in this. All right, so to continue on from what happened Saturday with the hospital visit and everything else, and the supportive wife, significant other, family member, whichever, and if you don't have that, that's okay too. I think as that was the first day I was truly presented with the potential of, in this case, failing is the wrong word because it's not failing. The opportunity to have to start over I think now looking back, and my advice to everyone will be expect it. I wasn't presented with that before, so I didn't know how that feeling would be, but I was perfectly fine with starting over. I also have planned out Live Hard for the full year, and I would just had to adjust that. So I think going in, and if you're on any Facebook groups or anything like that, you'll see that a lot of people struggle with having to failing, so forth and so on. I think you just need to go into the program accepting the fact that you will, and then when you don't, that's great. And stride, not sure if that's the right word, but to not fail or not have to start over. But if something medical comes up or a true emergency comes up, then you just have to do what you have to do, and that's just it. Day 68, I truly don't plan on changing, right? I already planned out my Live Hard year. I'm enjoying reading. I finally got through that book. If you watched the last video where it says books, be careful of the book you choose. I finally got that one done, and I started on my new one. Thankfully, I almost read more pages last night. I chose to go to bed. The other thing too is I kind of said about my sore legs. I forgot to mention that actually. So Thursday was a sprint workout. It was a 5-minute warm-up jog, then 10 minutes of 1-minute intervals of 20-second sprints, 40-second jog, and then a 5-minute jog cool down, followed up by an ab workout. This Athlean X is nuts with ab workouts. So I think that along. So Saturday was a sprint, so my legs, my knees, my quads are just tired. So I forgot about mentioning that I had a sprint on Thursday. And then actually Saturday, I gotta stop saying actually. Saturday, my morning run turned into like a 2.5 mile run. And then I kind of just said, hey, you stop. You gotta, walk. You gotta slow down. But it's amazing how your body will just start doing things without you even thinking about it. As far as the organizational, the mental and the organizational aspect of 75 Hard, and I'm going to tell you in the books I've been reading, it's definitely giving me ideas. I am implementing things. I am turning off the little bitch voice in my head that Andy will say. I'll be honest, the hardest thing for me to stop doing is the phone, right? YouTube, Facebook. My goal now is to really cut down my Facebook. So I actually use Facebook Marketplace to find things, and I'm actively searching for numerous things for my work. And I have a marketing person, so I don't market through Facebook myself, but someone does that for me. So I do actually have to go on Facebook for work, but then it's the clicking through the stupid stuff, right? I got to stop doing that. So I'm gonna start scheduling myself times of the day, singular, not plural, singular, a time of the day to maybe 10 minutes of Facebook. Because why do you need to be on Facebook for longer than that? I would love to make that every other day too. So, but it's a drug, right? So, Facebook, YouTube, all this stuff is just a drug because it's in our hands. So, all right. So that being said, I'll stop rambling. I'll do a couple more videos. I won't go so long from day 68 to like day 75. I'll try to do 2 or 3 more videos just to kind of wrap up my 75 Hard journey, which has been fantastic. So talk to you soon.